Hello guys, my new product. So it's not really new product, but I just made something improvement. So this is my 12 volt adapter. It's look like this. Okay. So this is the Milwaukee 12 volt batteries. So if I plug there, you know, I add, this is a USB port. So it will have two USB port come out. Basically, you can use your power tool battery as USB power bank to charge your phone, whatever the USB charger you need. They will come out this way. So this is a little add-on that I made. It can fit pretty much all my adapters, which means pretty much every power tool you have. If you bought my adapter, I will design something similar like this to put on the adapter, to get your USB come out. It's pretty good. It's very useful. Think about if right now we use a lot of phone. We pretty much whenever whenever it's available, I want to charge it. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of everybody's situation. Whenever it's available, I want to charge the phone. So with those setup, it's make much easier for you to charge your phone in that way. Yeah, that's a little add-on. It's pretty easy to put on. It's just one screw to screw over here. If you hold right here, it's pretty stable hold right there. Yeah, that's a little add-on that I made. And I want to talk about more about this 12 volt batteries. Since the power tool has a huge market, I mean, there are many people already own those kind of batteries and own this kind of power tools. There have third-party batteries, fit on the Milwaukee 12 volt power tools, and the same battery, if you just buy the third-party battery, is super cheap. And for this battery, I think it costs less than $10 or something. And it's more amp hour. So this is only 2 amp hour. I mean, usually the third party battery will be a 3 amp hour or 4 amp hour or something. You probably not really get in that much capabilities. The third party, I mean, you don't know those companies, and they usually mark higher. But I think at least you can get more than 2 amp hour for sure. So you still got a good deal, You think about, I actually use this battery for my drone, I can just, power up with this battery for my drone. So, because this is the same connector with my drone. And also, the connection is pretty simple. It's just 2 screws. You can put all kind of different connections. So right now this is a 12 volt standard plug. So you can power out any kind of 12 volt applications. So if you link a drone, you can just hook up here, because right now they have all the USB, the USB port on top, so that will look more. So think about, you don't really have this part when you want to use with drone, right? But whenever you hook up with drone, it will power up and ready to fly. I actually talk about this. Let me take out this. There's no receiver, There's no transmitter in my it doesn't make a beep. So I actually talk about that setup maybe 2 years ago. So in that moment, I say you cannot really use your power tool to power up your drone. Because the power to battery, usually the discharge rate is low. I mean, you can see this. So this is a common, LiPo battery. Usually you fly with the drone. So they will mark on the discharge rate. This is a 50C. So that's pretty big discharge rate, which means it gave a lot of current goes to your drone. For the power tool batteries, usually they don't. So for this kind of battery, they don't really mark on those stuff. But normally this kind of 5C or 10C, something like that. So I mean, like my 2 years ago, I talked about you cannot really use because the discharge rate is low. But think about the drone is changed. See, right now the drone is so tiny. It's just like that, so tiny. You see that the little motor is so tiny. So this is a 4-inch pop drone. So we usually measure with the pop. I mean, this is a 4-inch pop. I mean, for the 2 years ago, we usually have 6-inch pop, 10-inch pop, big drone. Right now, the drone is getting smaller and smaller. So when the drone getting smaller, you can see it's getting more efficiency. I mean, that's very tiny little motors. For this battery, you definitely can power up 4 motors like this small, So if you put this kind of big battery here, this drone can fly in 30 minutes, pretty easy. Yeah, that's the difference. So that make, I fly my RC remote control power motor just with these batteries. It's perfect, for many applications. So we usually never think about that way because we have so many 12-volt applications than we thought about. For example, this is a inflatable paddleboard pump. This is the inflatable paddleboard connection. That's pretty popular, And you can use this 12-volt pump up your inflatable paddleboard. Okay, this is a setup. You can say it's just power up with a little Milwaukee 12-volt. We'll see how long it will, power up the whole paddleboard. Okay, that's a regular paddleboard. Okay, that's on. I just finished pump and turned it off because it's too noisy to talk. But I think roughly about 5 minutes to pump up this. This is a 10 foot. That's a 10-foot stand-up paddleboard. That's pretty common. And I mean, this battery probably can get you 2 or 3 board, no problem at all. I mean, don't be just that little batteries. Definitely can pump up 2 or 3 boards if you have for whole family. Yeah, I mean, this is I just give you some idea what you can do with it, and you can even jump start with your car with these little batteries. I mean, for the smaller car, it's definitely okay. For the bigger car, you probably need to take a longer time to actually charge your battery in the car, so that'll take a longer. What you need to careful with this battery is, I mean, you have to make sure the positive and the negative. You cannot mess up with those. And positive has to be goes to the positive, and negative has to be goes to the negative. It's not like an AC power. I mean, you can plug in this way, you can turn around, plug in that way. It's no problem at all, right? But in the DC world, you have to, make sure the positive goes to the positive and negative goes to the negative. If you swap, and then you will burn off your, whatever you have, it will burn out right away. You can see, so this is a Bosch 12 volt. They pretty much is identical. You can see it's pretty much identical. But they don't let you to use, their battery for other tools, your other battery for their tools. They always, lock within their brand. So what they do make different right here is, so on the Milwaukee, the positive on this side, on Bosch, the positive is on another side. So if you simply think about, I can change, so you will burn off your power tool right away. This is so annoying. The company just makes you harder to use. And also the size a little bit different. The Milwaukee is a little bit wider, and Porsche is a little bit closer. But you can see on my adapter, it look pretty identical to each other. It's just a little change on those things, and they want to make those change to separate the brands. That's today's topic. And so this is a USB add-on is only $12, and so with those add-on and with my adapter, you pretty much can put any power tool battery like a USB bank. So very useful, little piece apart. Okay, thank you.